You got your live.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, family, this is Steve Copeland on the Book Breaker Show with Barbie Johnson. She's trying to get her phone.
And you got to tell it?
Yeah, I got to tell it. Tell us stuff happens. We don't get it right the first time, second time, third time, 28th time. Just slide it back a little bit. That looks nice.
Is this all right, so that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're on.
Hey, family. I'm gonna go ahead, Barbie, because
I'm Barbie Johnson from the Book Breaker.
Oh,
I'm here with Mr. Copeland, Stephen Copeland.
Yeah, baby.
While we're waiting for our guest, don't know if he's going to show up or not, but we're here.
That's right.
Thank you for being here.
That's right.
So, Mr. Copeland, let me stop. No. I said, what about the things that are going on in the community that you are doing? As if we don't know.
Things are going on pretty good. I had talked with my mental health providers.
Okay.
And
for the homes, for the
people that's in the program. And I kind of felt like, it's growing. It's growing.
Okay.
I have people that's calling me that asking for help. They want housing, but they might be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But still, they wants to be a part of the housing part. Mm-hmm. And I explained to them that they have to sign up for the mental health program. Well, anyway, we're going to have a talk tonight with the mental health group because I'm feeling like they're not getting the help that I feel as though they should. And
so how do you mean?
Well, I'm gonna get ready to explain that because I was and I'm gonna tell them that too, because I'm coming up on 30 years clean. Mm-hmm. So I've done a lot of inside work where if I have to, I will go and talk to a therapist, a psychiatrist, and stuff like that. But dealing with personal issues, I know how to go in and look at self. God, I pray first. God will take me inside. I'll look at myself to find out what's going on with me. So I'll do like a self-inventory to find out what's going on if I'm feeling a little uncomfortable about something, because 9 times out of 10 it's something I said or I done. So I basically got to look at why I feel a little uncomfortable.
Right.
So I know how to do the work. So I was explaining to the guy last night, I have, women with children now. Right. And actually the kids need somebody to talk to too, Now I'll start them out breaking that ice. I do a little intake on them so that way I kind of know where they at. But when they talk to somebody, it's like they won't get as open as I think they should. And then my biggest thing with them too is I don't know why it takes 6 months, 3 months to actually be billed to help them. Okay. And that's where I'm having the problem at, because it's like they need help like now. Mm-hmm. So like therapy, I want all of them to take therapy. Even though they told whoever that's counseling them they don't want therapy, I say yes they do. Because I know we talk more on a deeper level. So the whole goal is with a lot of our people, when you have people, I'm gonna say that's dealing with depression, bipolar, schizophrenic, stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, it's something that went on in their life, and it could start from a younger age. Right. That went on in their life that caused them to go into this state. Because when I look back at myself as a child coming up, I used to have that little fantasy friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that imaginary. Thank you. That imaginary friend, and that's who kept my company, gave me that comfort. And now that I'm older, I understand now why certain things happen. So I'm looking at this. I've done the work on me, and I know a lot of people that's dealing with, I'm gonna say, I want to say severe, but most of them that's dealing with severe mental issue, and I feel as though they need signed away. I tried to get them signed away. I didn't know them, but I'm just saying people that's out in the street running around and they out of their mind. My biggest fear is somebody might kill them, not understanding where they at. So that's one of the reasons for me why I try to get people that comes into my program to sign up for the mental health program so that they can actually address those issues, that chemical unbalancement, because that's what happens, the imaginary friend. So I went into this place where I didn't want to look at life or reality. And that's what that imaginary friend was there for. And I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said the imaginary friend, because I had to go back and think about all that. So when you have children that's like going through certain things, they make up that imaginary friend to protect them. And then be honest with you, because of what we have spiritually, it can be one. Might not be too good though. When I say it, I'm talking about could be a demon. She ain't saying it, but it could be a demon. But you know, some little evil spirit. But now I rebuke the spirits anyway. That's why I try to tell y'all I'm a fighter. That's why I do this. I learned that long time ago. But
I want to go back and ask a question, because you said something in regards to, you know, like the clients not being able to say what they really want to say openly. Is it because of their comfortability with
right. And thank you for saying that too, because the guy said something to me last night about like video therapy. And I'm hands-on, right? So the guy was telling me last night about, you know, with the clients, I need a little private space for them and all that type of stuff, which I understand. That's the whole point of having like a room on the side where that person can come in and actually talk with them on a personal note. But normally when I have my meetings with my people, I talks to them, we talk, you know, so I know certain things where they need to be reached on a deeper level. But because of, be honest with y'all, molestation, rape, abandonment issues, if you grew up where your parents might have mentally and emotionally beat you down, like you know good like your father, you know good like your mother, or you this, you ain't that. And that messes with the psyche. It messes with the psyche. So I understand, there's that chemical imbalancement within the brain. So, and the thing with that is we have to do certain things to balance that back out. And I was telling Demetrius last night, and this is the guy from North Carolina that's part of We're One Family. And Melvin, like I said, I did not threaten you. But when it comes to our people, my people, I do not play. And sometimes the way I come, people think I'm being mean or nasty, but no, I refer clients to you. That's what I do. When my clients come in, I refer my clients out. And if I feel as though you're not giving my clients what they rightfully need, then I'm looking at somebody else. Right now, I'm looking for somebody that has everything under one roof, where my clients can go and get the proper help that they need, even with their children. But see, when I say stuff out my mouth, people get mad because I come real and I'm not your butt kisser. And I got to watch my mouth because she right now. But I be telling people don't pay attention to me. That's just my passion. I'm just saying, because I'm real. I know how important it was for me to get the help that I needed. And I know everybody is not where I'm at to do the work on themselves to actually, and it ain't nobody but God. It's nobody but God that will take me in. And I look at myself, you know, because I got to pray for that strength. I got to pray for that courage. I got to pray for that confidence to go inside and look at me. And sometimes going inside looking at me, I can say it's better now, but he ain't ugly in the inside. He ain't real ugly. Because I tell people at one point I was a big, evil, nasty dude and I ain't play. So y'all don't look, y'all just getting talk. I was an action fiction. Wait a minute. Yeah. What's that? Fiction. Fiction. Yeah. I'm thanking you because you just see, that's why I love her, because she just corrected me with the wordies. No, but seriously though, And I try to keep a sense of humor, no matter what I do. And I said I was gonna call Melvin today and tell Melvin, bro, I was not threatening you. I'm just trying to let you know if my people ain't getting the proper help they need, I'm going to take them somewhere else. I got so many people coming on board now. I'm not housing everybody, but I got a list that I sent to him of people.
Right.
Over 19 people. Now, guess what? I got 2 houses and it's only what? Maybe 10 in the houses so far. So try not to pay it. Wait a minute, I'm messing with Barbie. Yeah. No, but I'm saying this right because I posted the Book Breaker show today. I've been sleeping all day. I don't know what's going on with me. No, actually, I stayed up all night, so I gotta go get me a couple of sleeping pills because I wasn't able to sleep. And I stayed up all night. And when I did fall asleep, it was like 10 o'clock this morning. So I was steady laying there. I'm looking at the time. Tammy over there trying to talk to me. I'm like, if you don't leave me alone. She's like, but anyway, and I knew I had to get around here. And, I wanted to hurry up and freshen up, cut my hair a little bit so I can look handsome on here. But I want to tell y'all this too. I put something out about B Moore's Real Teen Talk. And I know you heard it too, Barbie, because we there when people used to say it's better for children to be seen than heard. And that's false. That was something I sent over to another page because I realized right now to this day, a lot of us that have shows that tends to deal with children, or a lot of us that have talk shows or radio shows, we don't interview children. We don't let our children talk about where they at, how they feel, what's going on.
Right.
And when I sat here and listened to my older nephew, my nephew brother the other day, he just went there. And I loved it because basically everything he talked about is where most teenagers at, even the squeegee kids and stuff like that. And not only he talked about certain things, he talked about what like the grown-ups can do to help the kids, and turning their lives around, becoming more productive. And I listened to Commissioner Harris the other day, right? And I started to send him a message. He come talking about, we need to find out what's going on with these kids or people with their behaviors and stuff like that. I tell you all the time. That's your problem. Y'all grown now. We grown, right? So we forgot the phases we went through to get there. And I'm like, a lot of children, and this is why I do what I do, because a lot of children are still being raped, being molested. And not only that, the council members got a bill passed for slumlords to become licensed landlords. So they have to get their property up to code now. Right? We helped them pass that bill, Community United and us, right? And I understand why they did it, because they feel like the lead, the mold, and the rodents, we can say rat droppings, because normally when you say rodents, that's mice, right? The rat droppings in the house is what causing them to act like they're acting. And I believe it too. So that was one of the reasons why, with Communities United, we helped them get that bill passed. And Bill Henry created that bill with another guy. I forgot his name, but I think it was a Jewish guy. But anyway, the council members and all of them backed them up. So this is what I do. A lot of y'all don't know. I just don't talk to be talking. I helped get the $15 minimum wage passed. Spoke on it twice. Once here in Baltimore City and a rally in Annapolis, and we got it passed. So people don't know behind the scene, I fight with Communities United because we fight for the democracy of Black people here in Baltimore City.
All right, Communities United.
Thank you.
We need you.
We went to Detroit because I found out that the immigrants was suffering over there just like we're suffering here. And I try to encourage, because it's the Center for Popular Democracy, right? And I believe it's some Democrats that created that back in the 70s, and I could be wrong because I read it again, but I read it again, but I don't know if it said 90s this time when I read it, but anyway, I was just reading back up on it again. But it started by some Democrats, right? And that's the Democratic Party. If a lot of y'all don't know, they supposed to fight for your civil rights, equal rights, constitutional rights.
If you don't get out there and say anything.
If you don't get out, you
So
gotta
you
back
gotta
them up.
push.
You gotta back them up. And that's what I started understanding. They good with creating legislation, but if you believe in that bill, then you gotta back your politician. Now the only thing with me, they freaking sellouts to me. Excuse me, both of y'all, Republicans and because y'all talk a good game. Because I found out, I'm surprised she ain't hit me, Steve. You going too far? No, but seriously, no.
Say it. You just say
I do. That's what the couch. This the book breakers, but that's what it's all about. I just Barbie. I learned to try to be more humble now. As far as people was telling me, Steve, humble yourself, because I was coming real hard, and I don't want to lose me in what I do. So I don't want to lose me as far as the way I bring stuff, but I want to bring it a little bit more professional or conservative. You got me? Because I want people to draw more closer to me. And when I say that, I'm talking about like sponsors, business partners, and investors. Because the goal is, and this is what God laid on my spirit, I did not ask for this, is to start rehabbing and revitalizing houses in the inner city for low to moderate income people, because they can afford a house around about 100, 120,000. You working on their credit score, you get them in the program. You get them with the lender. They working on their credit scores. They can, the way the package is that Will gave me, I can't explain it everything to you, but you have to show you have at least, so that house can go for 180,000. That's one house. You get $40,000 to $50,000 tax break off that one house. So now the house is going for what, 120, 130, round, come down, right? 40 to 50,000. You still have incentives, right? That's just city programs. You can use some of that to buy down your credit scores or your points, right?
Okay. Since you brought that up in regards to the programs that are out there for housing, because I went to this class for Saturday for all day. Those find out about some of those incentives that they give you to purchase a home. You may not get the money yourself, but they will put it toward whatever home you're going to buy. And as Mr. Copeland was saying, it buys down that, say, $150,000 house, maybe to a $75,000 house. You can get that much of an incentive with different incentives.
Right.
Some may offer 10,000, some 5,000. I mean, you can combine what your lender will know and your realtor will know.
Right.
So they know how to combine them and pull them together if you're eligible for them.
Right. And that's the whole point of us getting the people into these classes. Now I'm gonna say this right. And this is like my hidden secret, but not really. The goal is working with people that's making anywhere between, I'm gonna say, $12 to $15 an hour. Get you in a house budget off of that, right? Now we can get everything based around that for you. If we get you in a house, say like you struggling to pay $1,000 monthly rent or just $800, just use that as an example too. Excuse me. And if we can get you in the house for $3,000 to $5,000, BGE, taxes, whatever, that will bring you back up to around about that $1,000. And keep in mind, that's just, now it's not just one bill, it's like 3 to 4 bills. They're taking care of everything. So you won't have to struggle after paying that $1,000 for your rent or whatever. You paying $300 to $500 a monthly mortgage. Now, I want you in on that level. But once financially, go ahead. I want you in on that level. But as you come in, we got the workforce development programs. We got the apprenticeship programs. So say like you want to get into carpentry, you want to start doing HVAC, hair, stuff like that, right? we put you in those other, apprenticeship programs where you earn more money now. So now this is where I'm at with all of that, where people coming into, like my housing program, because my clients get the first option. Once we start rehabbing and revitalizing houses, my clients get the first option to buy the house. Guess what? If I don't have none prepared at that time, the house gonna sell anyway. And I got people working with me right now. And the goal is getting my credit score up to like 620. Gladstone Urine, and I know he don't have a problem with me sharing it because I've been sharing it. Told me that he introduced me to somebody to help me get there, but some kind of way we fell apart. He introduced me to somebody to help me get there, where he's going to send me to his lenders that will work with me at 620. He did that for Jerome Ford with his business and everything, and he told me he'll help me. So that's one person that I know got my back. Dr. Hathaway, Pastor Hathaway, I know he got my back because he do a lot of work around the city too towards housing and stuff like that. He got my back. Charles Monroe is a lender, and I think he's with the Renaissance now. He was with TAM Lending, but now he's over with a more prominent lending company. So now when I have people to come out, for a lot of y'all that don't really understand, I have my developer at the table. I have my lender at the table. I have just about everybody. I call them in and we sit here and we talk about stuff. Now, mind you, this is the only difference with a lot of stuff. Whoever I'm working with, we have to go with your paperwork. So right now, what I'm starting to do is prepare my own paperwork. And she's doing it. The business proposal and all of that from the work that I do. So now when I sit down with developers, or say sponsors, business partners, and investors, I will present my own stuff now. I don't have to wait for you and they ask you for a certain piece of paper and you take 2-3 months to give it to them. God said, no, you're gonna start doing it yourself. That's why a lot of y'all don't like me, because it ain't me. I'm telling you that it ain't me. I'm a truck driver. I drove tractor trailers for 30-something years and retired at 58. So look, that was not this is not my path. I can tell y'all right now, I don't know what the heck I'm saying, but I bet y'all do, because it's God.
I want to go back to something else that you had spoken about, but it's in regards to resources to help the people that are on the program, as far as
Ouch, thank you. Thank you.
Housing.
No, yeah, thank you. Oh, now, thank you. Because I meant to say that too. Y'all see this right here? Communities United, they do protests and stuff like that with the housing department, because they fight for fair housing and fair wages. Right. Not only that, they fight to defund the police department, because they feel as though that money all that millions of dollars, some of that can go into other places like the school system and stuff, right? So this is what we do. So now I came back because I was a board member at Communities United, but for almost 2 years, but I ended up stepping down. I came back because the goal is, and I'm glad you said what you said, is to get more in tune with the housing division. I want to talk to the director of housing, not your board members, not your supervisors, not none of them that act like they can do stuff and I find out really they can't. And that's why I stopped focusing on a lot of the little people. I had so many people tell me, man, I got you, I got this, I got that. When we had to move from Ricestown, I called a friend of mine to get my people into the hotel room. He couldn't help. Told me, take them down to homeless services. Don't let them know that they're not really homeless, because they in a program because they're homeless. I said, well, they are homeless, but they in the housing. You let them go in there and you let them say this and you let them say. I kind of understood, but I'm like, they are homeless.
So what if you don't tell them they're homeless? You
know they gotta. I mean, they wanted me to tell them, right? So like they out on the street, not actually being helped. So I had to act like they wasn't being helped. God, thank you, because I was getting ready to go all into the N words and stuff like that. But no, these are some of the stipulations that they put into place. And be honest with y'all, I understand. But I'm gonna just say we're strengthening the community, right? And Latanya D. Copeland House of Hope, House of Hope program. I want them to work with me, but I want them not to have such like red tape. Like you have, thank you. Because we have ex-offenders, right, or felons, right, and they don't really. I don't know. I could be wrong, but from what I understand, they gave them a hard way to go to get into housing. My thing is work with my program. Work with my program. I need some vouchers, Section 8s, you know, because I like reaching out to landlords, property managers, stuff like that. If I can get 10 units in the building, like for a family, that's what I want to do, you know.
Now, this is for the resources.
This is part of what I want to do to guarantee that landlord too, and I have to watch that. But I believe down the line that God is going to bless this, where I will have money put on the side. Don't y'all tell my clients, right? So if they get to that point that they're struggling, I will actually carry the weight till they could, you know, because whoever property they get in, I want to guarantee them their money. So that's why I would need y'all. Like if I say Cash App, stuff like that, so we can build a kitty to help people. I don't really want them to know because, I mean, I already said it, but I'm just saying I'll tell them anyway, right? But I don't want them to take advantage of it. I want them to be responsible. You know what I mean? But when it comes to that landlord or when it comes to whoever we might be renting property from, I just want them to know, you know, with the business and we got like maybe 40, 50,000 in the kitty, I got you back in case they fall short. Because I don't want to see you talking about ending homelessness, right? But you don't have no plans on how. Now, guess what? When I start renting property to put people in, that's how you start. You get them somewhere, but you cannot put them in without helping this to be or working on this, because they will come in there living in that room just like they still outside. And it's so
the mindset.
Yeah, the mindset. And it's a few of my guys, and I'm like, come here. You better keep that room clean. But then I understand that's where they at, and sometimes I have to keep up on them. Then I'll be like, give me a hug. Okay, you know I love you. Just don't let me say it like that no more. Little stuff like that, right? But and I see it personally. So that's why Barbie is so important to get them the mental health that they need. And
just let me interject something, because as I was doing your business plan, I mean, you have good insight as to where you want to go and how you want to get there. And I was looking at the classes and things that you were offering as to how to change the mindset. I said, wow, you mean to tell me nobody else thought of this?
Well,
I mean, what you had there on your plan is, I'm just saying, nobody else thought about it.
People don't, I try to explain to people, right? I had to change. I have to change everything. Like I had to change people, places, and things. I left. I had to leave my family alone because I got high with my family, and I had to move myself away from them. And when y'all hear me talk about my cousin, and I asked my cousin, I was 14 years old, and I'm snorting cocaine, and I'm like, "Can you shoot this?"
Yeah.
And she said, yeah. I said, hit me. And y'all understand why my heart is for our children so much. I didn't realize I was running from some pain. I was running from some stuff from childhood. And so she hit me. But anyway, when I got clean, I had to stay away from them. Now, I love my family, don't get it wrong. And right now to this day, I don't come around my family as much. Now, they're not getting high now. That was more of the older ones. And my cousin still lives. She's about 70 years old, and I love her. But, you know, I had to separate myself. My life was more important.
Absolutely.
And that's why I do what I do for people. And people think I'm just so freaking nasty. I just want the best for you. And people just don't get it. You don't get it. But when I look at Jesus Christ, right, whether he was black, white, Hebrew, I don't give a freak. When I start looking at and just the visions that I get, right, how he embraced the people.
Okay, need a minute.
People told me, they said God would love you better than your father. I couldn't believe it.
We can understand that because sometimes it gets touchy.
People told me, they said Jesus will love you better than you ever love yourself. Now, mind y'all, I ain't believe it. And as I begin to grow in my walk, and I started focusing more on the man, and the mission. That's why y'all don't hear me talk about Mark, Luke, John, all of them. Y'all don't hear me do that. I don't do that. Although I understand, but I look at the man, the mission, the love, how he came to the broken people. He came to the broken. He didn't come to the people that was already okay. He came to the ones that was broken. And that's what I do. And I feel their pain, and a lot of times I have to comfort their pain. And I don't like it. I don't like it because I feel their pain. So I have to, I embrace them. I tell them I love them. They don't even know me a lot of times, but it's the point of making them feel like somebody really cared. And that was one of the things I said, I'm going to tell them tonight, because they talking about doing Zooms with my clients. No, my clients need you in person.
One-on-one.
They need to feel like you really care about what you're doing with them. And some of y'all miss the point. Y'all miss it. It's nothing like having that person right there with you where you could really feel that they are concerned about you. And it's not just a job.
Connection.
Yeah.
It's a connection.
Yeah. And I said, I'm going to tell them that tonight. And be honest with y'all, I ain't trying to be smart. They've been texting me all day long. I've been ignoring them because they want to do a Zoom later. And I would glance over at the phone. Okay. Mr. Coleman, would you answer? Come on, I tell you, y'all think I'm a chump. I ain't no chump, but I'm like a cream puff, and I don't like it. Sometimes I don't like it. I don't like it because a lot of times when it comes to helping people, because I feel them, I cry. And I'm like, God, I don't like this. But I understand you got to meet them where they at.
Yes.
In order to move them forward.
Absolutely.
And that's what people did for me. That's what they did. So if y'all hear me saying something totally against scripture and all that type of stuff, don't get offended, because I'm only sharing from where I'm at. I don't want to never undermine Bible. Please don't get it wrong, because I know God encouraged them and motivated them, inspired them to come together to write this. I already know all that. I already know that. I was told to study, to show thyself approved unto God, not man. And just to say what I said, for people, and I know, Barbie, we at the half an hour, but my heart is for God's people. Don't come telling me about what Mark said, what John said, what Luke said, and then turn around and you quoting their story saying this is what God said, but they said it. God didn't say that. And it's not being smart. Don't take it wrong. But once and I'm gonna hurry up because I know Barbie only do a half an hour. Once I got a clear understanding of the word of God, just God himself, he introduced me to who he was in the flesh. You know how honored I felt when God introduced me to, it's like me in the flesh. I'm reading how the word became flesh and dwelt among his people. In my 10th year walking, and the bell went off in my head. Bing! I was like, oh my God. the spoken word had become the living breathing, that become the written word had become the living breathing word. I was blown away. And I know a lot of people don't see that. And then later down the line, and I'm gonna shut up, I went into the store because I don't speak thee, thou shalt, all that. I don't. So I was looking for a King James English version Bible. The Holy Spirit said, what you doing? I said, I'm looking for a King James English version Bible. The Holy Spirit said, I teach you everything I know. And it came real clear. Bam, bam, bam. I'm like, oh my God. So that taught me not to be smart, not to knock man. God, the Holy Spirit is what teaches me everything I know. Show me the truth behind what God is really saying to his people. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, you still got to study that word.
I still study.
Thank you.
But I live it. I live it. I see my life. So I can go deeper, but I'm not going to do that. But the word is there.
Mm-hmm.
The word is there.
And our time has expired.
Now, go ahead, Barbie. Shut us out.
He'll be sitting here all night, but I'm gonna be out.
she ain't lying. She ain't lying. But look. I love this lady right here. I'm waiting for our other buddy to come back. You know, and I am going to close it down because y'all know me. And this is her show. And I love the Book Breakers. We was waiting for a couple of people to come in, but still, it's okay because this was meant. This was meant. So we love y'all, and I'm out. Tune in next Monday at 5:30. I'm not going to be on here because I might start crying again. Okay, okay. So
I'm Barbie Johnson from the Book Breakers.
I love y'all, and we out. And I'm giving her my business proposal too for the multi-purpose center when she finished this one. Love y'all. We out.